This is Atlanta's Morning News Sunday edition. I'm Scott Slade. We put aside this hour each week to go in-depth on important local issues. We talk about the arts. Our roundtable is coming up at the bottom of the hour. And this past Friday marked the beginning of the 2012 hurricane season. But opening day was spoiled by two preseason storms, both off the Atlantic coast, both affecting parts of Georgia. WSB's Pete Combs is standing on the beach at Tybee Island, Georgia, where officials are worried about what this new season might bring.
As what's left of Tropical Storm Beryl kicks sand in my face, I'm watching a young father play with his 3-year-old daughter in the rough surf. They don't go far out into the water. That's not allowed here right now.
It's a tropical storm. What are you doing at the beach?
Having fun.
Were you disappointed when you saw the weather reports?
I was kind of, but I had to come out here for my daughter, so we decided to come out.
Yeah, you actually went in the water. How is it?
It's actually warmer than last time.
Really?
So, yeah.
And if you feel any kind of a pull?
You have a little bit of a current coming, pulling your ankles.
If Chris Jansen sounds nonchalant about the nearby tropical storm, so does everyone else here on this beach. Carol Akers brought his family down from Gwinnett County on a lark.
We knew it was here, but we figured that it wouldn't be that bad anyway. It's called just a tropical storm,
But what's a little tropical storm when we're talking vacation?
Yeah, right.
Neither of these men knows what Clayton Scott knows, that even in the weakest of hurricanes, this beach, this entire island, will be underwater. Scott is the emergency management director here in Chatham County. He's showing me a graphic of the entire county and how it would look in the storm surge that would accompany a Category 1 storm.
Tybee is completely gone. It's completely underwater. Most of Wilmington and Whitmarsh Islands are underwater, a little bit of high spots. Most of Skidaway Islands is underwater. All of Georgetown, which is known as the south side to those of us that live here, is underwater. And what begins to happen is that the water from Georgetown creeps up through Garden City and into the Savannah River, and in a Category 2 storm, just a Category 2, the city of Savannah becomes an island.
And if you get to a Cat 5, you're in even worse shape.
The whole place is underwater.
I look at the map, and all I can think of is New Orleans after it was inundated by Hurricane Katrina 7 years ago. And yet, there are a lot of people here in Savannah who simply don't believe it will ever happen. One of them is Elise Seidel, who runs an ice cream shop in the historic district.
I do believe that when a storm approaches Savannah, it gets to the Gulf Stream, and the Gulf Stream has warmer waters, and it is just enough to make it a little turn, and it usually go north of us.
At a hotel near the river, valet Javaris Taylor says,
"We are a historic town. We do have our ghosts, so our spirits are keeping us very protected."
I can't understand it. I mean, it just boggles my mind.
Emergency Manager Clayton Scott shakes his head and looks back at that map showing how this town will be underwater and even a Category 1 storm. He thinks of those who will refuse to leave if the city's leaders order an evacuation.
Some fool says, no, I'm not going to go. I'm going to hang around till the last minute. My sympathy level for him is pretty low.
At the Georgia Insurance Information Service, Director David Coleman puts it this way.
It's true from a historical perspective that they haven't had a significant hurricane in that area in 100-some years. But just look what happened a few days ago. There are, in fact, opportunities for tropical storms to form and to come into the Georgia coast, just like they are on the Gulf Coast. And it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So complacency does not help at all.
Not if, but when. That's enough to ruin a day at the beach. I think about it a little more as I watch the waves churn toward the shore here on Tybee Island. Waves that almost certainly will someday wash this little bit of beach away. For Atlanta's Morning News Sunday edition, I'm Pete Combs.